So unlike me, you actually know what you're doing. What are your first impressions of the FAST system?
It's a nice setup. Obviously this is a prototype in one sense. It's very quick once you get some training time with it and you build in your muscle memory. I like the fact that you got 3 fast mags right here ready to go. And if you were doing an active shooter situation, incident, this is right here. It's good. You can slap on, because it's got MOLLE capability on it, you can throw a pistol mags right on top of it and everything's right there. You don't have to worry about oversize. Having this at a quick position makes it a lot user friendly, so I don't see any problems with it. It's just getting used to grabbing it and holding on to it and getting the magazine into the weapon system and going with it.
So even though you're actually a left-handed shooter, you found your current setup not too hard to use?
Not at all. Very user-friendly, left-handed, right-handed.
So although it requires some training, just being a unique device, what were your first feelings on the grip situation?
It is a bit awkward. You really have to get used to it. One method I find very comfortable is you push back, rock out, and you can get a decent hold on it. It just takes a lot of practice, again, building in muscle memory. Because of the way it's cut right now, it allows a certain amount of hand onto the magazine. You really have to remember to push in and pull out. Once you get that done and you build in that muscle memory, it's very quick.
So it's probably a little bit harder because you've spent so much muscle memory time on your real duty.
Right. Single pouch with mag inserted downward, whereas this one's up. And once you get in your hand, it's good to go. Very quick to load back in. And very easy. Very easy. And I spent 10 minutes with it today. So it's user-friendly, very user-friendly.
So after playing with it a little bit, are you confident of the system? You don't feel it'll jam on you? It feels like a good smooth action?
I think once you train with it a good full day, I don't think there's any problem. Again, I know this is a prototype or a first generation, whatever you want to call it. I know so far it works pretty damn good. And if you give me one, I'll try it.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming out with us today.
Thank you.
I'm always pulling forward. I used to have them up. I find sometimes I'd have to camp my body to get it my magazines to come straight up. My instructor said, have them facing toward the front, so when you're dumping out toward the front, toward your pistol. It's all economy of motion. If you're in a van or seated in a vehicle and you're finding yourself having to reach up and then forward toward your body, that you can pull this straight out and sideways away from your body. It's
very smooth.
And those Humvees are cramped. There's not a lot of space in the Humvee, especially with brute force tracking, scene guards, all your crap. Do you really want to be that guy that's in the back seat, you know, trying to pull your magazine straight out with your sappy plates and everything else impeding you, or do you want to be able to just go from your side and up?
So in your preference, would you be most interested in one fast system and then a set of normal pouches?
That would be an ideal setup. Something I've trained to use a single mag pouch for the magazines, rifle magazines, whereas this one is handy if you deplete all your single mag pouches first, and this is here, and you know how to use it. It's ready to go. I mean, it's smooth. Versus, let's say you have a bungee cord over your mag, and you got to think twice about getting that strap off. So, if this is ready to go, I don't see why not. It's definitely a work in progress, and it's something, if a new user or any operator, law enforcement, military is using this device, one thing they have to really do is train some more. It's not. I've spent 15 minutes to 30 minutes with it now, and it's easy to pick up, very easy to pick up. And I figure if a guy can spend a day just messing around with it, they're going to be pretty damn quick. And I'm just an average Joe, so it doesn't mean that much.
So even though it's about as thick as 6 magazines double stacked, did you find it not too cumbersome for you?
No, it's quite easy to carry. It's not as bulky as I thought it would be. Even with a double mag pouch for AR-15. So if you were to look at the width of it, would be the equivalent width of a double mag pouch, and I have no issues with that. Typical GI issue mag, 3 across, and it's probably just a little bit thicker. So definitely, if you're in an armored vehicle, it's quite comfortable. It's not going to protrude that much out. And again, right now you have a MOLLE attachment here. You could stick whatever you want on top of it.
Strobe light.